Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Wednesday, January 13th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 725 headlines from 108 things we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Lisa Montgomery becomes first woman executed by feds in 67 years. Joint Chiefs pointedly remind military personnel Biden will be president. Sedition and insurrection are illegal. How Trump told Pence to overturn election. You can go down in history as a patriot or a PY. Rudy Giuliani says his trial by combat comment during Trump's January 6th rally was a Game of Thrones reference, not a call to violence. Capitol rioter pictured with Pelosi lectern promises not to return to D.C. as lawyer says only a magician could get him off. Donald Trump Jr. asks Elon Musk to set up social media network that his father isn't banned from. Amazon hits back at Parler's antitrust lawsuit with extensive examples of its violent content, including death threats against Democrats, GOP, tech CEOs, and BLM. We get our president or we die. FBI issued dire warning day for Capitol riots. 170 suspects investigated. Mega Millions jackpot leads to roughly $750 M. House Republicans scoff at new security measures in place at the U.S. Capitol less than a week after Trump provoked a violent insurrection. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Chinese COVID-19 vaccine far less effective than initially claimed in Brazil, sparking concerns, CNN. A Stop the Steal organizer, now banned by Twitter, said 3 GOP lawmakers helped plan his D.C. rally, The Washington Post. Betrayal, powerful GOP support for Trump's impeachment shows major Republican shift after Capitol riot, USA Today. Lisa Montgomery, U.S. executes only woman on federal death row, BBC News. Bruce Willis speaks out after being asked to leave shop for not wearing face mask, NME. Uganda blocks Facebook ahead of contentious election, The New York Times. Michigan Wolverines basketball, Trice, guard impressed by UM's energy, Rivals.com, Michigan. YouTube is suspending President Donald Trump's channel, CNN. The Lakers beat the Rockets so badly that James Harden quit on the team again, silver screen and roll. Vaccine appointments start Wednesday, January 13th, SCDHEC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. 50 welcome to parenthood tweets that sum up life with kids. 7 personalities of bad bosses who think they're good bosses. This simple pro trick takes most of the stress out of cooking. Do all those trendy hair growth treatments actually work? Geraldo Rivera goes all in on impeachment of loyal friend Trump. Incredibly offensive, Glenn Beck slammed for comparing Trump Twitter ban to Holocaust. YouTube suspends Trump's channel for at least a week. Eric Trump whines dad is victim of cancel culture, Twitter users vehemently disagree. What the hell are you talking about? Colbert gives Trump a riot fact check. Don Lemon flips lapdog Lindsey Graham's own words about Trump back on him. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Bars missing out on money-making night games. School employees on leave after D.C. riot. Governor expected to be charged in Flint water probe. Dashcam leads police to driver's alleged killer. Woman drives into barricade outside Trump Tower. Fire chief welcomed home after COVID-19 stay. Thieves steal $20,000 from NBA team before game. NFL players convicted killer has sentence vacated. MO asks unemployment recipients to return money. 3 officers credited with saving woman from burning car. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Distracted by political crisis, U.S. sets record for virus deaths. The Republicans who support impeaching Trump, the latest. Got a confidential news tip? Is more violence coming? Live updates, House set to impeach Trump, after Pence rejects call to strip his powers. South Korean church leader acquitted of blocking anti-virus efforts. How 8 countries have tried to keep artists afloat during pandemic. In New York, fallout from the Capitol riot. Alexei Navalny says he'll return to Russia on Sunday. A small-town official was ousted and headed to prison, then he vanished. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Biden's humane immigration plan gives green cards to TPS, DACA recipients, Harris says. Kremlin foe Navalny says he will fly home despite threats. WWE star Steve Austin says TV show is about finding common ground with guests. Nikki Haley, Biden administration's goal will be to impose more control over America's culture and economy. Kash Patel, Defense Department fully cooperating with transition to Biden administration. Co-stars who became romantic in real life. Princess Harry, William reconnected over the holidays, insider says, the relationship is much better. NJ Rep Cheryl, unidentified lawmakers led apparent reconnaissance tours prior to Capitol attack. Intense Israeli airstrikes in East Syria said to kill dozens. 8th largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history awaits winner from Tuesday night's Mega Millions drawing. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Wednesday, January 13th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Surging stock market reflects very bright outlook for economy, finance prof says. Chuck Norris was home on his Texas range, not at U.S. Capitol riot. Super Bowl 55, how many fans will be allowed to attend? FBI, Aaron Bostovsky, son of New York judge, arrested for storming U.S. Capitol building. Physician assistant, software developer top 2021 best jobs list according to U.S. News & World Report. Rarest of the rare, researchers make extraordinary discovery of fossilized dinosaur sitting on egg-filled nest. 2 gorillas at San Diego Zoo Safari Park test positive for COVID-19, third symptomatic. Pro-Trump demonstration at Twitter headquarters appears to be a bust. Twitter claims to respect people's right to express their views. FBI warns of groups calling for storming of courthouses nationwide if Trump is removed. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Drunk Jet2 passenger avoids jail after leering at air hostess on flight from Manchester to Budapest. Matt Hancock warns it is impossible to say when lockdown will end. Victims of violence mother and baby homes call for a criminal investigation. No 10 vows to trial 24/7 COVID jabs as GPs in parts of the UK are having to pause vaccinations. Finance manager, 42, hanged himself days after 250,000 of irregularities found at GP service. NHS sends COVID patients to hotels in desperate attempt to free up beds. Chubby Chihuahua who weighed 18 pounds loses more than half his body weight thanks to new owner. Serial toilet thief is arrested after police find something to go on. Museum is mocked for displaying very strange wax works of celebrities. England's third lockdown has triggered an unprecedented crisis in mental health issues. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Trump and Pompeo's campaign of diplomatic vandalism. Trump upsets decade of U.S. policy on Taiwan, leaving thorny questions for Biden. A siege on the U.S. Capitol, a strike against a democracy worldwide. New Zealand's neighborhood just got tougher, a top Maori official will help chart a course. Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny says, despite facing arrest, he's returning to Russia on Sunday. Belgian high schoolers demand to get back in-person learning. Sri Lankan court acquits ex-rebel lawmaker of murder charges. Senegal's star student has vanished in France, where is Diary Sao? Israel's vaccine success cannot hide a deeper divide. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus will hide news, U.S. sees record for 327 deaths reported in one day, Japan extends state of emergency. Japan extends COVID restrictions amid fears for Olympics. U.S. state and local governments brace for layoffs and cuts due to pandemic. Georgia election, high black voter turnout was due to years of activist efforts. China in darkest period for human rights since Tiananmen, says rights group. Riots, effigies and a guillotine, Capitol attack could be a glimpse of violence to come. Oil hits 11-month high, China car sales keep recovering, business live. Jimi Hendrix family dispute escalates over use of name for music school. Estonian government collapses over corruption investigation. Vast coalition calls on Biden to impose national moratorium on water shutoffs. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Trump Twitter ban raises questions over unchecked power of big tech. Maxi trial opens for Italy's other mob group, Drangheta. House poised to impeach Trump for a second time. Schumer calls for speedy confirmation of Biden cabinet picks. Mega Millions $625 M jackpot largest in nearly 2 years. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Bruce Willis admits error of judgment over face mask. Russia Navalny, poisoned opposition leader says he will fly home. Italy Drangheta Group, biggest mafia trial in decades opens. Sinovac, Brazil results show Chinese vaccine 50.4% effective. Trump impeachment, several Republicans to join Democrats in House vote. Shin Cheonji, Korean sect leader found not guilty of breaking virus law. YouTube suspends Donald Trump's channel. Lisa Montgomery, U.S. executes only woman on federal death row. YFN Lucci, U.S. rapper wanted in Atlanta for suspected murder. Indonesia coronavirus, the vaccination drive targeting younger people. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Norah O'Donnell stresses importance of journalism. AP Top Stories January 13th A. Coronavirus updates, U.S. tops 4K daily deaths for second time, pushing total to 380K. Texas joins California as only states with 2M cases. No regrets, evangelicals and other faith leaders still support Trump after deadly U.S. Capitol attack. House urges Pence to help oust Trump. Mega Millions jackpot climbs to $750 million, the fifth largest in U.S. lottery history, after Tuesday's drawing goes without a winner. Today in history for January 13th. Coronavirus updates, L.A. County asking some to mask up at home, feds expand vaccine eligibility to speed up rollout. Alabama man with particularly lethal Molotov cocktails at U.S. Capitol riot left alarming notes in truck, records show. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the L.A. Times. 3 injured in shooting near Avalon Gardens in South Los Angeles. L.A. officials cut utilities to Fairfax home after repeated violations of party ban. Los Angeles Police Department officer who attended Trump rally directed to speak with FBI. OC embarks on a PR offensive to convince skeptics that COVID-19 vaccines are safe. Orange County will give COVID-19 vaccine to people 65 and older. Coronavirus stay-at-home order lifted for Greater Sacramento. Democrats face backlash for calling Newsom recall effort a California coup. Los Angeles Police Department panel approves new oversight of facial recognition, rejects calls to end program. San Francisco's COVID surge less than in December, but stay-home order remains. UC should permanently eliminate all standardized tests for admissions, experts say. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. 2,500-year-old temple to Greek love goddess unearthed in Turkey. Physicists detect tantalizing hints of a fundamentally new form of quantum matter. Uganda has shut down all social media with the army out on the streets ahead of election. From Norway to Canada, the Arctic Ocean is being polluted by tiny plastic fibers from our clothes. New Zealand jobs market bounces back, employment rate already back to near pre-pandemic levels. Huawei patent mentions use of Uyghur spotting tech. Mexico publishes medicinal cannabis regulation, creating new market. Man arrested after axe attack on New Zealand Parliament. Report, Pompeo cancels final trip abroad after European leaders refuse to meet with him. 6 rangers killed in devastating attack on Congo gorilla sanctuary. Earth losing roughly 1% to 2% of its insects annually, new studies suggest. New Brazil data shows disappointing 50.4% efficacy for China's coronavac vaccine. Luxembourg calls Trump a criminal and political pyromaniac who should be sent to criminal court. The United Nations on Tuesday called on political leaders including U.S. President Donald Trump not to incite violence, as Washington prepares for President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo canceled his Europe trip at the last minute on Tuesday after Luxembourg's foreign minister and top European Union officials declined to meet him. The next headlines are from Forbes. U.S. executes first woman in nearly 70 years after Supreme Court lifts last-minute stay. Connecticut Sun extend coach GM Kurt Miller ahead of defining WNBA free agency period. Hope and happy talk aside, 2021 could be even more pressure-packed for stressed airlines than 2020. LeBron James, and even Bill Belichick, will tell you, sports world needs Joe Biden more than Donald Trump. Lawmakers led reconnaissance tour of the Capitol ahead of last week's riots, Democratic Congresswoman alleges. British billionaire and Brexiteer Sir David Barclay dies aged 86. Prime Minister Boris Johnson leads tributes. FC Barcelona vs Real Sociedad Spanish Super Cup semi-final preview, team news and starting lineup. YouTube takes down new Trump video, bans all uploads from his channel for 7 days. James Harden says rockets are just not good enough, but no trade is imminent, report. All the Republicans who say they'll vote to impeach Trump. The next headlines are from Nature.com. The secret forces that squeeze and pull life into shape. Why a pioneering plan to distribute COVID vaccines equitably must succeed. Traitorous COVID antibodies and fast-spreading variant. The pandemic has pushed citizen panels online. How to include indigenous researchers and their knowledge. UK science advisors publish evidence behind COVID vaccine changes. How COVID unlocked the power of RNA vaccines. Reshoring EU agriculture risks undermining SDGs. Decentralize the energy system so COVID does not slow clean energy. COVID-19, research on tech habits needs industry support. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,679,076,966 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Collective Director rejects Presidential Award, slams government failing exclusive. Iris Bray and Totem Films team on The Female Gaze, a Screen Revolution film exclusive. Strand Releasing acquires U.S. rights to can-selected erotic drama Simple Passion exclusive. David Attenborough hologram to promote 5G with BBC series The Green Planet. Adaptation of Louis Cha's Foxfoland now filming for IKEA. Screen Skills, SOUL Fest announce mentorship program for Black British film producers. We need public funds to keep on going, European distributors and exhibitors say at Uni France Rendezvous. Amazon board psychological thriller Cruel Summer from Ian, Jessica Biel. Ghislaine Maxwell podcast Hunting Ghislaine scores scripted adaptation by Sony-backed 11th Hour Films. Outside the Wire review, Anthony Mackie plays an android with a conscience in this Netflix knockoff. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. YouTube joins Twitter, Facebook in taking down Trump's account after Capitol siege. How did we get here? A call for an evangelical reckoning on Trump. Progressives gear up for broad new push on climate action. Amid surges, teachers line up for their vaccines. The House is expected to impeach Trump a second time. Here's how it will work. Need a break. The pets and vets of all creatures great and small might hit the spot. India prepares for massive vaccine drive, but some fear it's moving too quickly. Supreme Court okays White House request to limit abortion pill access during pandemic. Province in China on lockdown after biggest coronavirus spike in months. How House members voted on 25th Amendment resolution. The following headlines are from The Week. Late night hosts get in their final Trump border wall jokes after his visit to Alamo. America's rendezvous with reality. Do Democrats realize the danger they are in? 5 scathing cartoons about Trump's second impeachment. Slashing big technicians Gordian knot. U.S. carries out Trump's 11th federal execution, first female since 1953, after Supreme Court lifts stays. Woman starts a sanctuary at her home after a goat wandered up her driveway. 5th House Republican says she will vote to impeach Trump, and more are expected. YouTube suspends Trump's channel for at least 7 days. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. In San Antonio, a fight over public housing heats up. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. NASA's Curiosity rover reaches its 3,000th day on Mars. The next headlines are from Universe Today. With its new extension, Juno is going to be visiting Jupiter's moons. A robot-made device could adapt and repair itself on other worlds. Astronomers see swirling weather on the closest brown dwarf. The mystery of sunquakes is deep, 1 million meters deep. SpaceX's next idea, to catch super heavy boosters with the launch tower. These are the news headlines for today, Wednesday, January 13th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Capella the goat star is the brightest star in Noraga. How to find the winter hexagon or winter circle. Tonight is New Year's Eve in the Julian calendar. A new look at the universe's oldest light. Record number of billion-dollar disasters in U.S. in 2020. Some last looks at Venus. Capture a glimpse of the unicorn. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. Trump's approval rating craters in final days. Opinion poll, support drops for a Trump run in 2024. Clear and present danger to the Republic, House readies bipartisan impeachment of Trump. Self-pardon, it might not go how Trump thinks. Capitol riot fueled by deep network of GOP State House support. Flawed vaccine rollout will create political stars, and has-beens. Acting AG, no tolerance whatsoever for trouble at Biden inauguration. YouTube suspends Trump for at least a week. Mikey Sherrill says unidentified lawmakers led reconnaissance tours ahead of Capitol attack. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. What a difference a decade makes, Women Ho Damn Then and Now. Harsh measures, Human Rights Watch raises concern about Victorian lockdown. Charlotte reclaims her spot as most popular girl's name in 2020. Devastated Brisbane hotel guests uprooted for extra quarantine. Mystery of the 7th floor, how did the virus spread in hotel quarantine? Coronavirus as it happened, Sydney's Northern Beach is no longer a COVID-19 hotspot as NSW records just one new local case. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. The latest illustrations from artist Kathy Wilcox. Best of Cartoons, January 14, 2021. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. When it comes to cities with high-paying jobs, one state dominates, but there's a big catch. Netherlands starts mass COVID-19 testing to track more contagious variant. Electric vehicle sales have been a highlight in a year when the COVID-19 pandemic wrought havoc on car makers. Why this country is vaccinating its working age adults before the elderly. Kelly Blue Book, the next wave of foreign cars may come from Russia. NerdWallet, don't let a financial crisis blow up your family. Next Avenue, how climate change is ruining retirement across America. Europe markets, European stocks struggle, but M&A News lifts shares of Carrefour and Telefnica. The Moneyest, I asked my fiancée, 30, to sign a prenup due to her spending. She refused. Would it be wrong to secretly put my assets in a trust? The Moneyest, my son, 23, pays me rent. He has saved $10,000 living with me. Is it wrong to ask him to leave when he hits 26? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Everything you need to know about China's new patent law, IAM. Intellectual property and its attributes, intellectual property, India, Mondak News alerts. A Sinor estoppel case could fuel more patent attacks, Law 360. PTAB judge skeptical Allergan's Juvederm patents are valid, Law 360. Top stories of 2020, number 5 to number 8 McDonnell Bonin Halbert and Berghoff LLP, JD Supra. PTAB OK's USAA check deposit patent in Wells Fargo IP Row, Law 360. Intellectual property joint ownership, land of unintended consequences, AC Big Media. Skin care for our climate, Fox 31 Denver. 6 Purdue innovators advance their technologies through Trask funding, wbill.com. New patent details wrist ID authentication for Apple Watch, make use of. The next headlines are from Quartz. The Parler problem shows just how much the U.S. has outsourced free speech protections. Southeast Asia is embracing China's Sinovac vaccine despite its confusing efficacy data. Social media gave a voice to democracy in Uganda, so the government shut it down, again. Will India's signal fever make a dent in WhatsApp's 400 million user base? A misinterpreted Elon Musk tweet sent an obscure stock soaring. Fiat Chrysler plans to mass-produce flying cars by 2023. Uganda has shut down all social media 2 days ahead of a tense election. How Democrats can save the U.S. economy over and over again. Netflix will release a new movie every week in 2021. For better or worse, web infrastructure is not a public good. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Louisville Courier-Journal wins Darby Pie trademark dispute. No qualified immunity for cops who made stuff up to justify seizing a man's phone for 12 days. Fifth Circuit tosses child porn conviction predicated on unconstitutional searches of 3 cell phones. Irony, German Chancellor Merkel upset at Twitter for banning Trump. Meanwhile, Germany demands social media blocks dangerous content. Some thoughts on Twitter pulling the plug on Trump's account. Daily Deal, the 2021 Career and Self-Development Bundle. TechDirt 2020, the stats. Internet-connected chastity cages hit by Bitcoin ransom hack. Twitter bans C-Hub's accounts because of counterfeit goods policy, as Indian copyright case heats up. Department of Justice, U.S. court system latest to announce their victims of the massive SolarWinds hack. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Pacers vs. Warriors. James Harden. Mega Millions. Prodigal Son. Heat vs. 76ers. Sedition. Michigan basketball. YFN Lucci. Manchester United. Cleat Keller. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Bullying and racism won't prevail. Iran's president hails Trump's departure, compares him to former Shah. Latvia wants to criminalize any contact with Moscow. Activist prosecuted for penning articles for Russian outlets tells RT. UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich says he paid the price of freedom after being axed as commentator for attending U.S. Capitol riots. I need a hug. Daughters who were caught in legal battle with Diego Maradona pay emotional tributes to tragic football legend. Germany will have lockdown beyond January and new travel restrictions, but no mandatory vaccination, Health Minister. I'm coming home. Navalny announces he will return to Russia on Sunday, despite stated belief that Kremlin tried to murder him. Hospital patients could be moved into hotels, says HealthSec, as NHS looks at all options amid soaring hospitalizations. China soon to rival NY in London as world's financial center, Ray Dalio. Russia to win back crown of world's top wheat exporter despite looming quotas and export tax. Putin is enraged I survived. Navalny accuses Russian president of forcing move to activate suspended prison sentence. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Stretched. December Class 8 truck orders are the fourth highest in history. It's the lockdown trade that keeps on delivering. Credit Suisse could slash 2020 bonus pool by 10% to 15%. Tesco and Asda latest UK supermarkets to bar shoppers without masks. Senate could have votes to impeach, McConnell pleased about the idea. The Dutch, Germans, and Maltese are Europe's noisiest neighbors. Denmark introducing COVID vaccine passport. Why OPSEC has never been more important. Upbeat she says time and situation on China's side amid turmoil and pandemic rise in U.S. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Iran unveils its largest military vessel during missile drill. U.S. lawmakers approve resolution calling to remove Trump, live. The specter of Trump spectacles. Italy, cornerstone mafia trial begins with hundreds in dock. WFP raises alarm over rising hunger in Madagascar. VOA under fire for reassigning reporter over Pompeo question. Kuwait PM submits cabinet resignation to Emir, state media. U.S. unveils plans to counter China's rise in Asia. South Korea's unemployment rate hits 11-year high. Libya's rival governments discuss unifying 2021 budget. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Cuccinelli, Trump's Thursday statement on riots should have been made earlier. Schiff, Trump impeachment gathering momentum with Republicans. Matt Rosendale, Andy Biggs call for Liz Cheney's ouster as House GOP conference chair for supporting impeachment. Incoming U.S. trade rep, trade policy must benefit regular Americans. Restaurant and hotel workers hit with devastating layoffs in November. Dem Rep Bush, GOP lawmakers made racist attempt to overturn election, white supremacy at its finest. Mike Pence says he won't invoke 25th Amendment against Trump in letter to Pelosi. House Republicans introduce resolution to censure Donald Trump. Report, Michigan to charge GOP ex-governor, Joe Biden backer for role in fling water scandal. Crenshaw on opposing impeachment, incitement to violence couldn't be legally proven against Trump in this case. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, game warden uses marksmanship to rescue deer with locked antlers. Christmas scavenger hunt leads man to $1 million lottery jackpot. Ring found buried in public park 18 years after being lost. Watch, beer cave from 1800s found under St. Louis. Watch, Lizzie Borden house for sale with asking price of $2 million. Website seeks professional binge watcher to watch Netflix, eat pizza. Gardeners 1.911 pound pumpkin set Southern Hemisphere record. Look, loose cows wander onto California highway. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Lucky cat survives a running washing machine. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Juice bar workers were shocked by a New Year's themed tip of $2021 and assumed it was a mistake. This Arkansas doctor forgave $650,000 in medical bills for cancer patients to kick off 2021. Watch fishermen risk walking on frozen lake to rescue exhausted baby deer. Top 10 species discovered in 2020 include a Harry Potter snake and desert-dwelling broccoli. Startup turns $32 million discarded chopsticks into gorgeous decor and furniture. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Wednesday, January 13th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. A new study suggests more than half of doctors, nurses, and emergency responders involved in COVID-19 care could be at risk for one or more mental health problems, including acute traumatic stress, depression, anxiety, problematic alcohol use, and insomnia. Molly's futuristic robotic kitchen assistant can cook up to 5,000 recipes from scratch. Crossville law firm giving away free divorce for Valentine's Day. Canadian woman caught walking husband on leash like a dog while breaking coronavirus curfew. NYC couple accused of forging multiple positive COVID test results to delay criminal trial. French woman spends 3 years trying to prove she is not dead. France. The constant, all-day pop of pickleball causing tension in Ridgewood, NJ. Q shaman starving in prison because they don't provide organic food. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Oh, great, Uber and Lyft are actually increasing car ownership in US cities. Thank God, 2021 is shorter than 2020 by 1 second, here's why. Tesla finally has an office in India, but don't expect its cars for a while. After Parler's troubles, Donald Trump Jr. wants Elon Musk to build a social network. How PR people should, not, pitch AI projects. Razer shows off a super extra mask that says, I want it on my face. Games to play on date night, rule the galaxy together in Stellaris. LG confirms its shape-shifting rollable phone arrives this year. Hundreds sign letter demanding answers after JIFID fires Jewish employee for calling insurrectionists Nazis. Containment algorithms won't stop superintelligent AI, scientists warn. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Wives bore the brunt of child care during the shutdown. No-till practices in vulnerable areas significantly reduce soil erosion. Wildfire smoke is more cooling on climate than computer models assume. Mothers, but not fathers, with multiple children report more fragmented sleep. Understanding how to improve antibodies targeting OX40 for the treatment of cancer. Killing cancer by unleashing the body's own immune system. New process evaluates patients for elective surgeries following COVID-19. Metabolism may play a role in recurrent major depression. New study reveals how fences hinder migratory wildlife in western U.S. Beating the billion-dollar bug is a shared burden. The next headlines are from Information Week. Verizon CEO talks 5G, drones, and compute at the edge, it says. Enterprise analytics kicks off to a promising start. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Wednesday, January 13th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA, Government of Japan formalized Gateway Partnership for Artemis program. NASA, NOAA to announce 2020 global temperatures, climate conditions. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. All-Star Wrestling Dual Tries Tournament within a tournament for 3 weight classes. University of Utah President Ruth Whitkins is stepping down. House passes resolution urging Pence to invoke 25th Amendment to oust Trump. John Curtis in anguish over whether to support impeachment of Trump. George Neong, Jordan Clarkson, may I only give Utah Jazz some breathing room in blowout win in Cleveland. The triple team, Jazz roll over short-handed Cavs, are Rudy Gobert's offensive experiments a good idea? Utah's Grand County asks President-elect Joe Biden to restore Bears Ears Monument borders. Forecast, cold rain could cause slick roads, National Weather Service says. American Fork police find woman reported missing. Utah social workers often must rely on government assistance and second jobs to get by. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Most distant quasar discovered sheds light on how black holes grow. Russia may fine citizens who use SpaceX's Starlink internet service. Razer has created a Concept N95 mask with RGB and voice projection. US to require negative COVID-19 tests for international air passengers. GM reveals electric van and delves into flying cars. Parler users breach deep inside US Capitol building, GPS data shows. Adobe Flash is officially dead after 25 years with content blocked starting today. Telegram adds 25 million new users in just 72 hours. German investigators shut down biggest illegal marketplace on the darknet. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. U.S. carries out first execution of a female inmate since 1953. SLPS school board votes to close 8 schools. Google suspends President Trump's YouTube channel, disables comments. Here are the Mega Millions lottery winning numbers. Videos document alleged horrors at Justice Center, city won't turn over evidence. You paid for it, modded hits pause on St. Charles County I-70 project after complaints. Parents organizing to save their kids from drug addiction, overdose dangers. St. Louis Public Safety Director growing impatient with vaccine delay. St. Louis County Council meeting ends abruptly with heated words. Garza says the key to slowing COVID deaths is still to slow the spread. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. U.S. carries out its first execution of female inmate since 1953. Trump's Republican wall eroding ahead of impeachment vote. Clients lend helping hand to Oceanside gym owner. Vista firefighter in intensive care unit after sudden cancer diagnosis. Data will guide COVID-19 enforcement as county beefs up local response to violators. Olympic gold medalist seen in crowd at Capitol storming, reports say. SoCal woman convicted of killing 3 children in fire free on parole. Autopsy, inmate died of accidental drug overdose. State lifting stay-home order for Sacramento region. County nears 200K COVID-19 infections during pandemic. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Ex-Intel, Atomic Chiefs, why are there so many Iran nuke estimates? Pompeo reportedly meets Mossad chief in Washington. Bumblebee opens exchange servers in Sun spy campaign. New malware found in SolarWinds Orion. Mimecast warns of compromised search ubiquity discloses breach. Dark market taken down. Moment hidden camera captures 2 male deer frolicking in murky puddle. Encore, meet World War II spy Ian Lemming and Me Too take on James Bond. America must bolster cybersecurity. Email security firm Mimecast says hackers hijacked its products to spy on customers. Boy racers caught breaking lockdown rules to pull stunts at Scott Ski Center. Tip leads to arrest of driver allegedly involved in deadly hit-and-run crash. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Kratos gets $12.70 M contract for attritable unmanned combat air vehicle engine. Russia to begin testing its new mobile 152mm howitzer. U.S. Marine Corps to extend the service life of AVAP Harrier to 2029. Northrop Grumman innovates new functionality to protect F-35. U.S. Air Force awards contract to Boeing for 12 KC-46A tanker aircraft. DARPA one step closer to full-scale flight testing of intermediate-range hypersonic weapon system. Russian strategic rocket forces received 70 new combat anti-sabotage vehicles. Nigerian anti-terrorism operation marks combat debut of Chinese VT-4 tank. Norwegian Army taps Saab for Carl Gustaf M4 anti-tank recoilless rifles. Patria's modern mortar system gets new superior feature. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Bombard the headquarters. Tough moves to be rolled out against Hong Kong dissenters. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. House members to be fined for not wearing a mask. New vaccine plan targets those 75 and older in Contra Costa County. Doctor explains why intensive care unit bed fluctuations are happening. 3 escaped Merced County inmates arrested, 3 others remain on the run. Mill Valley City officials push Governor Newsom to reconsider outdoor dining. UCSF team proposes new vaccination plan with faster distribution. UCSF doctors call on schools to reopen in February. House urges Pence to help oust Trump, impeachment next. Facebook reportedly warns employees not to wear its branded gear in public. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. France's hopes lift as U.S. freezes tariffs over tech tax. Number 3 House GOP leader backs Trump impeachment as tide grows. Indonesian searchers hunt for crashed plane's voice recorder. North Korea ends party meeting with calls for nuclear might. Bears will keep GM Ryan Pace, head coach Matt Nudge, per sources. Welch emerges as House Speaker frontrunner, Kefauat withdraws. Durant scores 34, Nets charge back from 18 down, top Nuggets. District 220 board selects new superintendent. Wheaton College faculty condemn abuses of Christian symbols at Capitol siege. Pence declares he will not invoke 25th, McConnell happy about impeachment? The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle's 2021 mayor's race gets first candidate as architect Andrew Grant Houston launches bid. 2020 crime report, Seattle's the highest homicide number in 26 years, overall violent crimes lower. Estimated cost of West Seattle Ballard Link extension increases by 50%. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Greece, Iran, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Wednesday, January 13th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Patchy frost by sunrise, then sunshine and warming up. New study finds COVID-19 could cause long-term lung damage. Experts fear COVID-19 vaccine supply chain could lead to more delays. Investigators still looking for handler of dog involved in attack on 3-year-old girl. New Caney woman accused of threatening women in D.C. day before Capitol riots. House approves resolution calling to remove Trump despite Pence rejecting 25th Amendment push. President Donald Trump on verge of second impeachment after Capitol siege. YouTube suspends President Trump's channel for at least a week. Family of woman who died of new COVID-19 strain, this is serious. Memorial Herman's drive-through COVID-19 vaccine clinic at NRG Park to open this week. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. World Bank approves cash assistance to crisis-struck Lebanon. What to watch's House moves to impeach Trump for second time. China pandemic control goes rural ahead of Lunar New Year. Taiwan reports first case of South African COVID-19 variant. Foxconn to form joint venture with Geely to build cars. TikTok tightens privacy features for younger users. Estonia's PM resigns over corruption scandal in his party. Japan widens virus emergency for 7 more areas as cases surge. Survey finds global mistrust could weigh on vaccine rollout. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Immigrant groups sue Trump administration over last-ditch rule change. The vessel of Hudson Yards closes temporarily after third suicide. With high approval rating, NJ Governor Murphy gets ready for re-election push. Insurrectionist son of Brooklyn judge released on $100,000 bond, animal pelts confiscated. Extra, the Central Intelligence Agency has released Black Vault UFO documents. Metro North employee arrested by FBI in connection with attack on Capitol. Excellent, inexpensive new Malaysian restaurant opens in the East Village. Cuomo announces plan to bring back live events, fueled by rapid testing. New York City's ambitious composting initiative has decomposed. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The next headlines are from Observer.com. An escape to Paul Cadmus and HD's beautiful queer beach. Prince Harry and Meghan felt lonely during their move to California last year. Activists pushing back against European possession of African art appear in court. New COVID-19 vaccine guidelines will change dosing rollout, worrying pharma experts. Princess Eugenie moved in with her parents at Royal Lodge. The Sex and the City returners will make bank for the HBO Max revival. Review, The Effort by Claire Holroyd is the modern apocalyptic novel. Netflix to release more than 70 original films in 2021. Out-of-work Broadway actors are finding solace in television gigs. Matt Shackman reveals how he nailed the sitcom style of WandaVision. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.5 mag has occurred near Cambrai in Greece. Light earthquake 4.1 mag, 6 kilometers northeast of Cambrai, Greece. Light earthquake 4.4 mag, 67 kilometers W of San Antonio de los Cabos, Argentina. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag has occurred near Caymancito in Argentina. Minor earthquake, and 2.9 quake has struck near San Juan Bautista in CA. Light earthquake 4.1 mag, 74 kilometers northwest of Yoichi, Japan. Minor earthquake, 3.41 mag was detected near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag was detected near Himar in Albania. Light earthquake 4.6 mag, 54 kilometers south by southwest of Bengkulu, Indonesia. Minor earthquake, 3.4 mag has occurred near Perryville in Alaska. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Africa's free trade area opens for business. Flipping Arizona, Hispanic movements flex political muscles. Against Trump we live better. For heavily indebted small islands, resilience building is the best antidote. Facing their failure to meet 2020 biodiversity targets, world leaders pledge action and funds. Will a second term for Guterres undermine campaign for first female UN chief in 76 years? TNC's reviving TPP Frankenstein. Learning from indigenous peoples, my Morocco diary. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Elon Musk, people are going to be super unhappy with big tech as the de facto arbiter of free speech. DHS's facial iris recognition can ID airline passengers wearing masks. Forget WhatsApp, Central Intelligence Agency has tools to hack almost all social media platforms. Trump, District of Columbia emergency declaration. COVID detention camps proposed by NY State bill. Iran's Press TV Facebook page deleted permanently and without warning. Former Michigan governor charged in Flint water scandal. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Missing cat turns up 3 years after California disaster. Explainer, how Trump's second impeachment will unfold. No, AOC didn't tweet about the Verge. Thousands party in streets after Alabama win, despite virus. Did woman who died at Capitol riot carry a "Don't Tread on Me" flag? Has Rudy Giuliani been disbarred? Fury at the shaken Capitol over the attack, security, virus. Is Trump considering pardoning Capitol riot extremists? U.S. prosecutors weighing sedition charges in Capitol riot. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Road to a second impeachment. Viral tweet distorts facts on consequences of impeachment. Fake letter attributed to Pelosi generates anger online. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. After whistleblower claims coders are enslaved to employees at the same Chinese company die suddenly. Why Gillian sabotaged himself on Saturday Night Live. Vodka is no laughing matter for Dan Aykroyd. Violent threats shadow post-riot plans for Biden inaugural. Meet the Leper Caucus, Republicans who voted post-riot to throw out election. When a millennial is kidnapped by the twink, inside search party's darkest season yet. Why sex workers are angry with Meryl Streep and Rashida Jones. It is a trap, far-right freaks out about rallies it's organized. The last thing we need is another war on terror. The absurd ways desperate old people are getting vaccines. The next headlines are from the New York Post. How to watch the House impeachment vote live. NJ Rep Cheryl says lawmakers held reconnaissance tours before Capitol riot. Room raider Lisa Montgomery is first woman executed in U.S. since 1953. Kevin Durant plans to play first back-to-back as a Met. James Harden, crazy rocket situation can't be fixed. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The history of cosmic rays is buried beneath our feet. Far-flung exoplanet resembles long-sought Planet 9. I, the beginning to the end of the universe. I, the cosmic dark ages. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Why the world's insects are dying a death by 1,000 cuts. U.S. government releases all reserve coronavirus vaccine doses. Greenhouse gas emissions in U.S. were lowest since World War II. Biden COVID-19 Advisory Board member Michael Osterholm on vaccine distribution. Tens of millions in the UK to be vaccinated by spring. Experts warn about slow pace of COVID-19 vaccinations, calling on states to expand efforts. 6 park rangers shot and killed in mountain gorilla sanctuary. California governor opening mass COVID-19 vaccination sites. Astronomers observe death of a distant galaxy for the first time. U.S. reports deadliest week yet in fight against COVID-19. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Lisa Montgomery executed, first woman put to death by federal government since 1953. North American movie ticket sales plummet staggering 80% in 2020 thanks to COVID. Trump claims he's at zero risk as House launches bipartisan effort to remove him for inciting Capitol riot. Racists interrupt Phoenix civil rights icon's online funeral. Tennessee woman steals cop car after leaving burning home, survives harrowing crash off bridge, police say. Philadelphia to resume limited indoor dining, officials say. Girl Scouts team up with Grubhub to offer cookies online. CNN had most viewers in its history during pro-Trump Capitol attack. We were ready, NY Rep Sean Maloney says he got close to fighting rioters during Capitol attack. Group of Lyft and Uber drivers sue over California law making them contractors not eligible for benefits. The following headlines are from military.com. Navy career of QAnon shaman ended after he refused anthrax vaccine. Some rioters could face prison terms of 20 years or more, officials say. In unprecedented joint letter, top military brass denounces U.S. Capitol riot. More Democrats say they'll vote no on waiver for Biden's SecDef pick Lloyd Austin. Army will not screen all National Guardsmen deploying to D.C. for extremist sympathies. Pompeo hits Iran for al-Qaeda support on his way out. State capitals step up security amid new safety concerns. Trump Homeland Security Chief abruptly quits at tense time. Active duty troops who participated in the Capitol siege could face these penalties. Air Force Secretary Barbara Barrett to depart before inauguration. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Pritzker's plan to exempt state from federal tax break to address gaping budget hole falls short in initial House vote. Illinois legislators okay measure allowing services like Grubhub to deliver alcohol. Illinois Republican U.S. Rep. Adam Kinzinger will vote to impeach Trump. With new General Assembly about to be inaugurated, House Democrats continue scramble to elect a speaker. Education pillar of Black Caucus legislative agenda advances to Pritzker, economic, criminal justice elements still being considered. Rep. Emanuel Chris Welch, a leading contender to succeed Speaker Madigan, faces questions about his treatment of women. The spin, by, Chicago Trump Tower sign, Kinzinger says he'll vote for Trump impeachment. Speaker intrigue in Illinois House continues. Chicago Board of Ethics fines all, Kerry Austin's political committee $145,500. Where Illinois congressional delegation stands on second Trump impeachment. Illinois Rep. Brad Schneider tests positive for COVID-19, condemns maskless Republicans during Capitol riot lockdown. The following headlines are from phys.org. Research reveals how teeth function and evolved in giant mega sharks. Amid Nile Dam tensions, Egypt recalls as 150 years on. Pandemic's toll shows up on students' college applications. High costs to wildlife from shark nets protecting us, Africa beaches. Environmentalists fight move to reduce beetles protections. Expert prognosis for the planet, we're on track for a ghastly future. What does marketing have to do with ill-advised consumer behavior? No-till practices in vulnerable areas significantly reduce soil erosion. Researchers speed up analysis of Arctic ice and snow data through AI. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Wednesday, January 13th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Even if you don't drink daily, alcohol can mess with your brain. Silk making is an ancient practice that presents an ethical dilemma. Did Dianos oversleep at night? How to find the best CBN oil online are topics. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. U.S. team out of men's handball worlds with coronavirus. Germany says it has handed over 14 works from Gerlit Trove. After 7 months away from his family, Wacker is finally home. Dutch hold mass coronavirus testing amid new variant fears. China says will defend self over UK Xinjiang labor measures. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Word Game, January 13, 2021. Horoscopes, January 13, 2021. Orlando Bloom, tension will mount if you cannot agree with the people in your life who matter. Bridge, January 13, 2021. Ask Amy, I'm so nurturing to my boyfriend, and in return he's a jerk. Harriet Cole, my best friend's jokes about my bride annoy her. Miss Manners, what can I say to a customer's unwanted comment? Dear Abby, I'm a young wife with a big anger problem. YouTube removes Trump content, blocks new uploads for a week. Supreme Court clears way for execution of only woman on federal death row. Takeaways from the Warriors' 104-95 loss to the Pacers. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Liz Cheney faces backlash after backing Trump impeachment. Forest Service announces free dates in 2021. NC legislative session opening subdued amid virus worries. Mike Pence to attend WVA ceremony for the late Chuck Yeager. Carolina governor to give third State of the State speech. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Thousands of U.S. public housing residents live in the country's most polluted places. On Telegram, the paramilitary far-right looks to radicalize new recruits ahead of Inauguration Day. In wake of Capitol riot, GOP legislatures rebrand old anti-BLM protest laws. Sheldon Adelson's fortune helped turn the GOP into the party of Israeli apartheid. The Trump president, no president should be above the law again. Dispatches from Trump's killing spree. Capitol mob may say Trump made them do it, but that hasn't always worked as a defense. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Wednesday, January 13, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Upper ocean temperatures hit record high in 2020. Disagreeing takes up a lot of brain real estate. Recurrent GBM brain tumors with few mutations respond best to immunotherapy. Expert prognosis for the planet, we're on track for a ghastly future. New study suggests that college campuses are COVID-19 super spreaders. Need to reduce work-related stress? It's a walk in the park. Ukraine genome survey adds missing pieces to human diversity puzzle. Weaker skin barrier leads to faster uptake of chemicals. Can menopause be blamed for increased forgetfulness and lack of attention? The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 carjackings reported on North Side. 9 shot, 1 fatally Tuesday in Chicago. 1 killed, 3 injured in South Deering crash, police. 1 dead, 1 in critical condition after found unresponsive inside apartment in Shorsh Village, police. Girl, 13, missing from Portage Park. Pair of carjackings reported in West Town, Edgewater. GOP Rep Adam Kinzinger will vote to impeach President Donald Trump, where Illinois members stand. Horoscope for Wednesday, January 13, 2021. 56-year-old man robbed by gunman in Irving Park. The following headlines are from Riverfront Times St. Louis. Tempest is one of 10 best new restaurants in the country, says USA Today. Pre-registration for COVID-19 vaccination in St. Louis County now open. Josh Hawley is still pissed about losing his book deal. DD Mouse Julie Traum wants to see your face, even masked. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Best testosterone booster to grow leaner, bigger muscles. Boston-based meal delivery service WeGo Hospitality partners with Detroit's Traffic Jam and Snug. Mind Complex reviews, does it really work? Once ensnared by the war on drugs, now he owns Grand Rapids' first locally owned marijuana dispensary. Ashley Madison, my experience using the affair site, full review. Gage Cannabis Company expected to open its first Grand Rapids location Friday. Washtenaw County says cases involving natural psychedelics will no longer be charged. Enbridge plans to defy Michigan's order to shut down controversial pipeline. Amazon plans to add 5 new centers in Metro Detroit, spurring 2,000 permanent jobs. Jurassic Park to kick off opening of temporary drive-in theater at downtown Detroit stalled Monroe block site. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Wednesday, January 13, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Concert Watch 1/13, Jimmy Eat World and more. Bloody Hell, the first bananas horror film of the year. Former Texans head coach Bill O'Brien named defensive coordinator at Alabama. The main difference between the Capitol insurrection and the BLM protests. 2 more Netflix success stories, Bridgerton and Cobra Kai. Lee Rocker calls out all cool cats to gather round. Vegas odds on Deshaun Watson trade destinations. The next headlines are about world records making news. Russian woman stakes claim for new world record for swimming beneath ice, Yahoo News UK. Meet the family of 12 siblings with a very special Guinness World Record, Alachaywan. Every new speedrun record set at AGDQ 2021 Screen Rant. Longest car, 100 feet long 26-wheeled limousine sets World Record Academy. Car displayed his world record speed, U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Russian swimmer claims world record for longest under-ice swim, NPR. India ring with 12,638 diamonds breaks Guinness World Record 1/3, X. 2 Sonic world records were broken back-to-back at AGDQ 2021, Nintendo enthusiast. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. YouTube deletes latest Trump video, suspends account through Inauguration Day. The Capcom hack affected way more people than originally reported. Saudi Crown Prince asks, answers what if a city, but it's a 105-mile line. GitHub fired a Jewish employee for warning that Nazis were among the U.S. Capitol rioters. The lasso robot wants to make recycling at home easier. The internet's biggest darknet just got taken down. The Trova is a Bluetooth-powered lockbox that actually looks good. Wear a fursuit with your friends in Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, now available for pre-order. Grab your plumber's cap for today's top Nintendo Switch deals. Psychedelic mushrooms grew in a man's veins after he injected them. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nsavane in Swaziland at 117.86 degrees Fahrenheit or 47.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ekayachchayu in Russia at minus 70.24 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 56.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Owen Wilson must choose between real and fantasy worlds in Bliss trailer. N95 masks, gamer style, Razor's crazy face mask prototype revealed. Trump admin adopts Biden's vaccine plan, threatens to punish slow states. Facebook and Twitter could be sued for censorship under proposed state law. Hackers steal Mimecast certificate used to encrypt customers' M365 traffic. LG's first flexible smartphone, the LG Rollable, is coming early this year. Review, heartbreaking his Dark Materials S2 finale sets the stage for war. Despite Facebook's attempts, pro-Trump events, groups still flourish. Trump admin's attempt to red team climate research gets people fired, updated. Wolfenstein 3D plus Super Monkey Ball equals free Nazi flat fun. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Mark Meadows could face criminal exposure for his role in Trump's Georgia phone call. Terrorists Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley should be on no-fly list, House Homeland Security Chair. Trump didn't suffer from paralysis, he failed to stop the Capitol siege because he loved the show. How the GOP became a cult of victimhood and self-pity. Mitch McConnell urged to prove he backs Trump impeachment by starting trial immediately. Mike Pence's new letter to Nancy Pelosi saying he won't remove Trump leaves at a notable point. Congresswoman witnessed insurrectionists doing a reconnaissance tour before the attack on the Capitol. Conservative mocks Republicans for claiming to love free markets, until free markets turn against them. Each is a rank imbecile and danger to themselves and others. Lawrence O'Donnell shames selfish Republicans. There's more than a 50/50 chance Mitch McConnell would vote to convict Trump, Axios. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Fight Trump like a terrorist leader, national security experts say. New York City paid an NBA star millions after an NYPD officer broke his leg. The officer paid little price. The House just voted to urge Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. At the height of the pandemic, the Supreme Court is making abortion even harder to access. This is the arsenal that an Alabama man brought to Washington. It's time for a 1/6 documentary. Fish and wildlife officials want a word with a Trump fan who defaced this gentle manatee. Jim Jordan claims he never said the election was stolen. That's not what the video shows. Sponsors of the pre-attack rally have taken down their websites. Don't forget who they were. Another bank says it will cut ties with Trump. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. 50 classic TV quotes that are now part of everyday vocabulary, Roanoke Times. Did we receive a message from a planet orbiting the nearest star, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Microglial involvement with psychiatric diseases, Psychiatric Times. How not going on vacation affects your brain and what you can do about it, Toronto Star. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Wednesday, January 13th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Radar UFOs UAP. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.